Hi guys, welcome to this video, and we are going to create an AI search and SharePoint indexing, full indexing content functionality with Azure Foundry, AI Search, and Copilot Studio. Stay tuned. Let's do it together. In this tutorial, we will need many things, including AI Search basic tier. We will not use the free tier because the free tier does not have the connectivity to SharePoint. We will use Azure OpenAI resource, and we will deploy into it an embedding model that is text embedding ADA002. We will use also a global administrator or application administrator a role in our tenant, and that's what we will use to build all the steps. So let's start with the phase one. We will do the upgrade of AI search from the free tier to the basic tier. Let's get started. What I have used for this demo is this GitHub folder. That's what I've used. You can also get it. Shout out to all the people that built it. So it has helped me, and that's what I am using right now. So the first step, let's go to AI search service. So I already created an AI search. You can create one if you don't have it. It's inside my resource group. I will click on it. And my resource group is in Central US. The next step that we will do is that we will go to our settings, scale, we need to change this to basic. I don't see a way to do that. Let's create a new one. So we will choose this one. It costs $75 per month. So once that is done, you come here on the AI search and you search for identity. and then you click on it, it will direct it to this page, and you copy the object ID, the principal ID, after turning the status on and saved. Yes, this part is good. Always refer to this. Are going to create the SharePoint data source index. Make sure that you have your site, SharePoint site with all the files. I have some files here. That's what we are going to use. And then what we are going to do, we are going to copy the URL of the SharePoint site, and we will use to create the index. So on VS Code, what you would do, you come to the extension, you search for REST client, and then you make sure to activate this, and then you create this file, and then you add this content, and you put your right URL for the index to create the index. So we will create the index locally, and then we will push it online. I will pause it to put my real data and then come back. Also, make sure to copy this key, the primary key, so important to put inside that file. So what we will do next, we will create an Azure OpenAI resource and deploy it. And we select the right resource group. So it's still deploying. So now we go to the resource. Hello. Create a deployment. So we have created it. So the next step that we will do is that we will add the reference of this. We take the target URI, this one, this target URI, and we add to the file. So once you send the request by clicking here, it will create the index here. Like you see, it has created everything. So now let's move to the next step. The next step that we will use now is we'll create a skill set. Yes, so we'll create a skill set, and that's what we will do right now. So to create the index, what we will do, we will come here at the bottom and we will add it, and same, we will put our values there. And let's save and send the request again. Now this one is a bad request. So it's saying that you cannot create a resource index that already exists. Cannot create index SharePoint index because it already exists. So I will remove that. And we will send the request again. So now we have sent the request, we created the skill set as well. So everything is created, and then we can go to the next step. So this is the next step. The next step will be to create a connection with the data source, and here you'll be able to put the SharePoint site, the site name, now the application ID. Remember the application that we created at the start where it has the permission to read all the sites with Microsoft Graph, with also to read all the files. So you put that client ID here, and you put the secret ID, and you put the tenant ID. You can fill it up and then create it. So I will do it and I will send the request as well again. So make sure to create it for all the sites that you have, and then it will show created. For example, I created for the site performance and for many of other sites that I have on my tenants. So you can go back on your site and take many of the sites that you have and create them. I create for many of them. And then let's come back here. The next step, let's come back on here. The next step, we have created the skill set. We have created the data sources. I've showed you the script for the data sources. You just put the SharePoint endpoint, that is the SharePoint site that you need, and then the application ID with the right permissions, application secret, the client secret, and the tenant ID. We have done that. The next phase will be to create and run the indexer. Don't forget that we have right to 15 indexers. So here will be just the first indexer that we will create. So we need to take advantage of that. So I will run this script as well. I will not show you the code. I already showed you how it works. I will create it and come back. So now the next thing that we are going to do, we are going to create and run the indexer. So we will have for each data sources, for each SharePoint site, we will have one indexer. So we will have, I created, I believe, about 5 to 6 SharePoint site data sources for the index and for the skill set. So it will be also 5 to 6 indexers. Yes. So we will have the indexer for the main SharePoint side. We will have the indexer for the performance side, for the HR side. Yes. So it's about 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because I have some others that are not here. So we create that, and if you have noticed, we have schedule interval PT1H. So PT1H means every hour, and 6H means every 6 hours. It refreshes. PT1Z means every 1 day. PT30M means every 30 minutes. And the cost that I have paid when I ask Claude, it says that $75 is completely fixed. That's for the infrastructure, no matter how many indexer you run every minute or every 30 minutes. But it only affects the cost, the token cost of the embedding. That's what it says. Yes. So these re-embed documents are only for the new files and the change SharePoint files that have been done, and it only affects the cost of the embedding of the token cost of the embedding that is done. Yeah, so if you don't have a lot of files that are new or a lot of files that have been changed, it will not affect that cost. Yes, so let's go and work. So this is what I have right now. I'm going to run it and come back. I have run all the indexes. These are the results. I can see how some have succeeded because they had no document. But those that had the document, they failed. And if I check maybe this one, I can see the error. If I click failed, you can see that the web API response that shows not found. Yeah, so it was not able to access the OpenAI resource. Yes. So what I will do is that I've already double checked. I've double checked that the skill set is having the right research URI for the OpenAI embedding model ADA 002. So what I will do is that I have given some access to this AI search to have the right role to access that. To access that using cognitive services OpenAI user. So I granted the role. I will share with you the command as well that you can run at your end on PowerShell. So I will wait like for 5 to 10 minutes for everything to propagate, and then I will run the indexer again. Hopefully this time it will work and be perfect. So I was able to make some changes and it succeeded, but not entirely because it says that the document have been processed, but it's telling me that I am using, like you see, metadata storage name, and looks like that is used when I make some research, that is used for blob storage, so it's not used for SharePoint. So I have to use SPO. So I need to change that. So I will go back to the indexer, select this indexer, and I will reset. And it's telling me that you want to reset. It will change all tracking state and rerun it. I will say yes. Wow, it's not saying anything. Okay, so I had to refresh. So it's resetting. It is empty. Let me go back. I guess it's complete. And then I will run again. So it is in progress. Let's wait. So now, as you can see, it succeeded and with no issue. We have no error anymore. So what we'll do next, and we have the index that has been created with the amount of document here. That's the total size. Remember, we have 5 GB for the basic. So let's do same for this one. I will have to change some configuration for that, and after that I will come back. Let me reset it. I believe it's done successfully. Let me run again. Alright, so let's go to Copilot Studio. We are going to test this new agent with that functionality. So let's go to knowledge. You should look for AI search. I don't see that functionality here. AI search, that's what I'm looking for. Yes, I see 4 types. I see agentic search, get index statistic, get search indexes. Need to find which one is the right one. So with my research, I saw that I should choose this hybrid search because it has include vector search and semantic configuration as well. So I will use that. So when I tried to use it, I have forced it and I said use only the semantic hybrid search, and I say use AI semantic search to search this. What is the best one line takeaway from the 2022 hybrid work data? It asking me to set up the connection, so this is why I will set up the connection. Yeah, just to let you know how I got here. So it sent me to this page, I connect, and then I need to create a new connection. I need to put the endpoint and the admin key. I will do that. So now both of them are connected. So I will go back and I will say retry. It says the requested resource wasn't found. The request is missing required info or uses unsupported value. I just changed the key. I just changed the API key. I don't know if that's affecting it. Let's see. That's the thing with this agent. It keeps making a loop when it doesn't find something. I need to add some guardrail that only search once. If you don't find it, just stop. I will add that. It says good progress, the configuration exists, but the content vector is not the right vector field name. Let me try again. Yeah, I need to double check the configuration. So what I did, I added some instruction because if you check here, you will see that it has tried to do many things. It has found the semantic config after, and it was trying to find the content vector, and that's not what we want. What we really needed to search is to search for the right index name that we have on our AI search, and to use the semantic configuration or the vector field text vector only. So I'll put it there, and we will do a new chat, and I will put the same question. Let's see how it reasons this time. Also, I had to modify the index. How it connects to the embedding model because there was something wrong to it. So it's doing the semantic hybrid search. That's what it's querying. It's telling me that the tool is unavailable. I had to modify the API key. I don't know if that's what is giving the issue. I might have to rerun the index. Yeah, it says unauthorized. I believe it's because of the API key that I have modified. As you can see here, I have asked a question. I've said, what office reason works better than mandate? And then it did this semantic hybrid search request, and it couldn't find the item. We have the chunk ID, we have the parent ID. The parent ID is just the document that has this chunk. And then we have the chunk itself, we have the score, the rank score, and stuff like that. And then I say, have you checked the PDF files? Because I know that we have that. It told me that there's no PDF. So I had to rerun the indexer because I knew something was wrong. I had to do some modification and rerun it. Now we have 242 files on that side. So now it should be okay. I will come back and do a new chat and ask it again. Let me do a new chat. You see, it's working now, guys. We made it. It's even giving more result, more information because it found it. Next time, I will ask it to provide the data source where it found it, and it's so instant. That's what we're talking about. AI search is powerful, very powerful. I will ask another question. Those should be all included in those files. Sounds good. You can ask many more questions. I can ask many questions at the same time. Let's see. So it's trying to search in parallel. It's even having some follow-up questions. So that's powerful. It's finding every single data that we asked, and it's giving us even the chunk ID where it found it. And then here we only told the agent to make the search, not to think or to analyze or create content. But next time we can go further and ask it to comment and give some insights. Thank you guys. That was all for this video. It was worth it and it's working. The way to go AI search powerful. Thank you.